They were able to gain separation and swing the contest in that third quarter. What did you kind of see over that stretch that allowed them to gain that momentum?
I definitely had to go back and look at it, but I think there was a lot of those 50-50 balls we didn't come up with that allowed them to get out on the break. I think not watching the basketball go through the hoop, I think that got us the long rebounds, them able to get out and run. I think that was a big trigger point. But again, it's that third quarter was a big key of it, you know. And then we had a little 2-minute lull, even in that first quarter, where we had our foot on the gas a little bit, and I think we let go right there. But all in all, you got to give them credit for the way in which they played. I think we did a better job rebounding the basketball from trying to keep them off the glass. Our guys' effort and energy was there for that. Again, we cannot let shot making or missing, deter us from how we're going to defend and sprinting back in transition.
From past games where third quarters have been a problem, is there a trend you've noticed?
We've been better over the last couple over this road trip. I think tonight it bit us again, and I think some of that is, going back and looking at it. I'll have to do that, but understanding that I think when you didn't see a couple of shots fall, and they were able to get out and get some early easy ones, I think that kind of hit us a little bit.
Understanding that you have to go back and watch the tape, but what didn't seem to be working trying to attack that zone defense that they put on you guys? I know making shots helps kind of loosen that up, but what didn't seem to be working there?
You just said it. And ultimately, that's what comes to breaking zones down, because I think we got some great looks, and our guys are going to keep stepping in those looks. I really do believe we got some great spray outs for some wide open corner threes, some knocked open wing threes. I think we attacked the basket, had 60 points in the paint, trying to break that zone down. But again, you're going to get the great looks. Exactly, P and Franz are generating those looks. I think we got to be able to continue to step in and knock them down.
When a game like this is one of runs that can go back and forth, how do you kind of manage or want your group to manage embracing the fact that teams are going to go on runs, you guys are going to go on runs, versus wanting to minimize some of those going forward?
Basketball is a game of runs, and I think that we just have to continue to sustain them, understand exactly how you have to balance them out, and making our runs at the right time is what's going to be key as we move forward.
Is Jonathan on a minute restriction?
No.
How do you want to get him more minutes, or how do you go about trying to do that?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and what I say to that is, I think as we've talked about prior to, was like, as we're looking at these games as playoff type, win the next game, you got to look at matchups. And Goga was having an incredible game, and there was moments where you thought about bringing him back in. Paolo had it going. He guarded Steven Adams a few possessions, so it was mainly the flow of the game and whether we were going to go two bigs, because that was the plan initially, and then he took the two bigs out. And then we go back and forth. So I think realizing what's happening within the game has nothing to do with whether, how Jonathan's playing, more than it is the matchups in that moment and the flow of the game.
I know this is a point that we've harped on throughout the course of the season, but how do you maintain kind of confidence in the team shooting, and especially making sure that shooting doesn't leak into letting up on defense, or leak into other parts of the game, or giving into frustration in other parts of the game?
You focus on the process. And I think if we weren't getting the shots, it'd be something different. But I think we got the shots in Minnesota. You got the shots in New Orleans. You got the shots last time we played against them. You got the shots in Cleveland. So you're getting the shots. And so your ability to focus on the process and what you do and how you work, and understanding what you're doing in these moments, which we've gotten some great looks. And I think the more we can focus on the process of what we're getting, you just have to stick to that and trust your work and know that they're going to drop at some point. Thank you.
Cory, they were able to gain some separation and go on a run there in the third quarter. What did you see during that stretch that allowed them to swing the game and gain some momentum?
I think the zone slowed us down a little bit, and we had good looks, but we didn't make them, and they were hitting their shots. But besides that, they were beating us to, I think, the 50-50 balls, and they were getting a couple key offensive boards. Obviously, they have big guys in there, Steven Adams and stuff, and it's a bunch, but we could have did a better job with that. And yeah, they were able to get out in the open court and get some easy buckets.
Cory, you just mentioned the zone there a little bit, but it seems like over the last few games or so, maybe an extended stretch now, that that's kind of been a point of emphasis for you guys trying to beat zones when you guys face them. What's maybe not clicking or what isn't working for you guys when you're trying to overcome a zone?
I mean, we had pretty good looks today. Over the past, couple of games, three, 4 games, whatever, we had those same looks and we were knocking them down at a higher clip. Today, not so much, but we just got to continue to penetrate the zone, make them collapse, and continue to play with each other and move the ball. Yeah.
Cory, just on that point, shooting has been an issue throughout the course of the year. How do you maintain confidence in the shooting through all the struggles that this group has had throughout the year?
We put in the work. I mean, everybody in the NBA, especially on this team, we're in the gym every day. We're shooting. Just gotta, when the look is there, you gotta, shoot it with confidence. I mean, we put in the work, and you just gotta stand by that because nobody's shooting to miss, obviously, and you don't want to, sometimes you don't want to redrive into the paint when they're all in there. So we got to do things to shift the defense and get, as good of looks we can get, but you just got to shoot with confidence.
Goga, what was working for you tonight over here?
My teammates found me, and I was under the basket. All I had to do was finish. I think I could have done a better job, boxing out and guarding the pick and roll. Jalen Green got some layups on me, but I wouldn't call it like anything was working for me. It was all mostly dump offs. So yeah.
Okay, we've seen at times the defense kind of lose grip especially when the team is missing shots or the team is struggling on offense like they were in the third quarter. How do you prevent that from happening, or what needs to maybe change to keep the defense at the level that is your standard, that is this team's standard?
I think there was just a couple stretches where we wasn't locked in. I wouldn't call it locked in. Just we let it get away. A couple of easy ones. They made some tough ones. Fran VanVleet hit the shot at the half. That was huge as well. They hit some shots. But I think we started well. Box out. Everybody was together, and then they beat us to 50-50 balls. They get some offensive rebounds. We gotta understand it was a 48-minute game. Including me, we gotta be locked in 48 minutes. And they're a great team. They had a 7-game winning streak. So to beat those kind of teams, you need to be really, really locked in. And they played good game. I think they played good game, and yeah.
Cory, we've kind of talked to you in the past about, there being some lulls throughout games, whether it's the third quarter, fourth quarter, wherever it may be. Just what do you think is holding this team back from putting together a 48-minute game?
At certain points, I think we're just collectively making. Obviously it's a possessions game. I think we're making too many mistakes. So we just gotta, get better overall. Like Goga said, it's a 48-minute game. There's gonna be good stretches and there's gonna be bad stretches. But as much as we could limit our bad stretches to, maybe less possessions than what we're having, we're in pretty good shape. Obviously we're a defensive team first. Anytime, I think, we should be thinking anytime a team gets over 110, points on us, then, we shouldn't. That's not good for us. So the way we could play defense, we gotta play better and held them under that.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.